Hey,
it's Hannah, and today I have my fiance, Ben, with me. So a couple weeks ago, you guys saw my side of the story, and so today we're gonna tell his side of the story.
so we were coming up on our anniversary on January 16th. It was coming up, and I was thinking, she's been asking to go ring shopping for quite some time. So I decided, well, let's just go ring shopping. Let's surprise her with that. So that was my gift to her. I was going to take her out to Wichita to eat and also to look at rings. And she had no idea. She just thought we were going on a nice date to Wichita. We went to the mall. I said, let's kill time in the mall. She had no idea. And so when we went into the mall, we were walking through the mall, and there's obviously a lot of places that sell rings there that we could go look at. And as we were walking through, I spotted the first one. I think it was Helzberg Diamonds.
Yes.
And I turned around and said, this would be perfect. So I turned around and I told her Shriner, and I pointed to it and I said, that's really why we're here. So what I decided is, I told her, I said, that's why we're here. She was shocked and she was really confused. So I had to elaborate, and I said, well, I'm not proposing now. Don't worry. I'm not proposing right now in the middle of the mall with a bunch of screaming kids running around. And I didn't feel comfortable going to buy one without at least getting some sort of ballpark idea of what she wanted. So I told her, hey, this is why we're here. Now let's go pick the place where we want to buy it from together. So she liked that idea, and we walked around for a little bit.
Yeah. So we went to Case, and they had a lifetime warranty. I just heard good things about Case. That's where we ended up at.
We went through looking at rings, and even when we were walking up there, it was kind of busy, so we waited in line just for a bit, and we were both looking at each other like, this is an adult thing.
Yeah.
We looked at some rings, and we eventually started weeding out the ones you definitely did not like.
Yes.
But we went through all the different cuts, and she knew she wanted it wasn't a single stone, it was more of like a scattered stone, and she wanted something like that, and she ruled out all the circular or anything other than a cushion cut, and she didn't want a straight square either. She kind of wanted the bends that come with the cushion cut. So so we went through, looked at those, and she also liked having some diamonds around the side, and some of them had them, and the weave on the band she was looking at too. Looked through those, and we eventually found some that she really liked. I said, okay. And we didn't make any purchases. We just talked to the gentleman, and we told him that up front. We're like, not here to make any purchases, just here to look around. And he said, that's all right. Found the one that she wanted, and we actually set up an account. Case has an account you can set up, so you can kind of remember. You don't always have to write down stuff. You can just kind of remember through them, like put it on a wish list or something. So we went ahead and did something similar to that. But it's getting into my portion of, what was I gonna do as far as buying the ring that she wanted. We went and looked, and she had no idea. We never talked. I never told her any of my intentions at all. And I left pretty much everyone else in the dark too. I knew I had to buy the ring in Manhattan because Kay's had a store in the mall, had a little spot in the mall that I could go buy it from.
And there's a sale going on too.
There was. And so I ended up going online, looking at what I was wanting for, having them hold a certain ring that I picked, and I went there to go pick it up from her and take a look at it one more time and make sure that it was good. And she worked well with me, and she offered me great service and helped me understand what kind of my role is, because obviously it's my first time buying an engagement ring. So I talked to her, and she said, you know what, that looks like a good ring, and it looks like we can make this sale. And the reason I was such in a hurry was because it was the last one like Shriner's. All the other ones like hers had already been sold, or they were out of stock. So I was really pushing for it, and I was really fortunate to find that Wichita didn't have this ring, and anywhere in the surrounding states didn't have it, except for in Manhattan. So her ring was in Manhattan. It was the last one that they had. And even though it was a size 7, I asked her about it, and she said they can resize it no problem.
Yeah.
So I wasn't worried about that. I had the ring before I asked her dad, and I made the purchase February 10th.
That same day?
After a career fair. And I realized at this point I had purchased a ring, and her folks were coming up, and it was absolutely perfect to take this step and ask her dad for permission, even though I already had the ring. If he would have said no and didn't give us our blessing, then I would have been out of luck. But I said, you know what? Her dad's going to be in town. How about I ask her and we'll make this thing happen? Oh my goodness. Okay. Jane and Scott are going to go up there with Hannah, and they're all going to show up, and I was going to meet them at Texas Roadhouse. And so they were going to drive her new car, and I was like, oh no. Like, I texted Scott a couple days before, and I said I wanted to get you alone somewhere during that time, and so we could talk. And he said that was fine. And I was just thinking to myself, there's no way I'm going to get this time alone with him. And you know, because it was really a moment for us just to kind of contemplate. So I wanted to get him alone, just to ask him for permission. And it turns out that there in the parking lot of Texas Roadhouse, everything kind of came together, and he dropped him off. And so I got to ask him for permission there before we went all in to eat. And so from that moment on, your dad knew, and he told your mom probably on the way home. I don't know. He told your mom sometime.
And you knew.
And I knew.
I had no clue.
Shriner had no clue.
I literally teased him the whole semester about having the ring. And like, no, you don't have it. There's no way.
And she had no idea that I had both the ring and asked her dad for permission to propose to her ever since early February. And it came time to her trip. So really, up until this point, I hadn't given it that much thought of, you know, like when it was always in the back of my mind, but I never sat down to plan. I just thought, you know, when am I going to do this? When am I going to propose to this gal? And so I thought to myself, well, when is the soonest I could propose to her? Because I'd been, quite frankly, wanting to do it for a long time. Knew that I was going to spend the rest of my life with this woman. And so I told myself, when's the soonest I could do it? And it'd still be reasonable and within her boundaries. And obviously a year. She said she wanted a year. So I said, okay, what's a year from, let's say, when we want to get married? And we've been talking about that, and she really liked May 21st for a wedding day. Thought, you know what, 1 year, May 21st, and exactly 1 year later, getting married would be appropriate given what she wants. And I also liked her wedding date. One, it was a week after, well, it will be a week after I graduate, so be symbolic.
Yes, because I saw this on one of my friends' Facebook one time, but the 21st is the two will become one. So that's why that's part of the reason we picked the 21st.
Yeah, it had some symbolism in there, which because, I mean, we kind of enjoy that, bringing that true perspective to the situation, and that's really special for us. So we thought that'd be a great day. It's on a Saturday. It's a week after we graduate, and we can start our lives together. So what I ended up doing is I looked, I saw May 21st. I saw what was going on that day, and it was a Friday.
So Andre and I got back Thursday night, actually. Yeah.
So they got back from Thursday night, and they were gone for a couple days, and I thought to myself, you know, just before and during their trip, I thought, you know, May 21st, a whole year is coming around. I can make this thing happen. And I thought it'd be a year. I thought that'd be great. I also told myself, okay, she's gonna have a couple days where she's gonna be gone. I won't see her. I'm just gonna be kind of at home. I didn't have too much to do. Well, I had some things, responsibilities I had to attend to. But I told myself this would be a great time for me to prepare my heart and really seek the Lord in this decision. And I mean, because all throughout this whole process, I've been praying about it and just really seeking His will and His wisdom in all of this. In reality, I did not plan this. It was, I truly believe there was some sort of intervention, divine intervention. It just came together better than I ever could have planned it. And then there would come these ideas of May 21st, it's exactly a year. And I thought, well, I thought it through a little bit, and Lord knows me best. And
then on top of that, that Friday we were supposed to leave to visit Ben's grandparents in Oklahoma, and his sister and her boyfriend were going to be there, and Ben's other brother, his grandma and grandpa, his aunt. So like
A lot of
originally
family.
it wasn't going. Ben's sister couldn't make it, but then like it was a Jesus thing that she was able to take off work. She took off work and her boyfriend came with us. And so then like his whole family except his other sister was gonna be in Oklahoma.
Absolutely. That was one of the main things I also saw is, I mean, we enjoy family, and that's a big thing to us. We wanted to incorporate them as soon as possible in this celebration. I knew that even when I was courting her early on, when we were dating, and even before that, when I asked her to go out with me, I said, you know what? We've been together for years, really. And I thought to myself, the minute I ask you to be my girlfriend, we're probably going to get married. I mean, it was kind of, and, you know, everybody knew this, you know, 2 weeks after we became a thing, you know, like, you know, they're probably going to get married. Like, there's been really no running away from this. Not that I ever would want to. But instead, it's quite the opposite. I've been running towards it with, you know, the Lord guiding me. And that was really, really special for me to pursue Him and grow closer to Him and understand what His will is for me as I assume this role. This woman, I believe, is the woman I want to do that with, and that the Lord put in my life to do that with. So I told myself, this is going to happen, and we're going to go through the engagement, and I prepared my heart for it. And through that process, I think it gave me a lot of time to prepare my heart before the engagement.
We're in Taos, and then Ben, what happened when we were in Taos?
So they were in Taos, New Mexico, and I had been preparing my heart, but then there's also another side of this, like, you know what, I have to like make this happen. Like, I have to, you know, do something. And I was trying to piece it together. What would it look like? Where would I do it? You know, there was an idea. Am I going to drive down there? Like, no. Like, why do I need to drive all that way just to, you know, propose in Taos, New Mexico? So I thought, you know, how about I do it here? Well, where would I do it here? You know, what place would be sentimental to us and also be, you know, somewhat practical, and, you know, and having Andrea take photographs and, you know, take pictures. And I thought, you know what, this area behind us would be great.
Yeah.
This pasture ground.
So last summer we spent 2 weeks chopping down almost all the trees in the pasture.
Lo and behold, this city girl comes to my aid and, you know, drives the gator around for me, even chops some trees herself. And I was just like, I mean, it was one of those moments I said to myself, Ben, if there's a woman that is willing to go out in the pasture with you without you asking and helping you chop down trees for weeks in 100-degree weather, you better marry that gal. I thought, you know, there's a lot of history here in the pasture. I also proposed promposal. Gave a promposal to her here in the pasture as well. And what we did is we moved forward in the process of planning for me on my part, and I ended up texting Andrea. I said, hey, and I don't text Andrea all that much. And so the minute I just piped up to her, she's like, Ben, I know.
He didn't even say anything like it. He just said, hey, do you have your camera? That's all he said. And like, she showed me the text, and I was like, how'd you even pick up? I would have been like, okay, like.
Yeah, Andrea knew.
Which there'll be a video with Ben has some behind the scenes he's gonna share, and Andrea Snapchatted the whole thing, and I have her videos. So it's gonna be a different video that you'll see in a couple of weeks of Andrea and Ben's behind the scenes of the engagement. That I have no clue what's going on. But that's gonna be a fun video.
Yeah. So Andrea and I ended up talking over text, and I said, Andrea, you know, Hannah wants her nails done. She wants a dress. She wants, you know, all these things to come about. She wants you there. She wants pictures. Andrea, you gotta help me. Because I realized that they were gonna get back. They were originally gonna get back at like 1 on Thursday. And I texted Shriner during this time, and I said, Shriner, you know what? There's not gonna be a time when this weekend when we're gonna have time to ourselves. We're not gonna have time to ourselves this weekend. We're gonna have family. You're gone for days, you know, and then we're gonna see each other for like an hour, and then we're gonna go right off to Oklahoma in Friday morning, and there's not gonna be any time for us. So I said, Shriner, you know what? I know it sounds crazy, but let's just get some time together, and let's just go out for breakfast,
a 6 a.m. breakfast.
The 6 a.m. breakfast because I didn't know when we were gonna leave for Oklahoma, and also 6 a.m. because I wanted the sun to be coming up during the proposal, and so we went through that, and I said, you know, Shriner, it would be really special if we got dressed up.
You want to get dressed up for a breakfast at 6?
Really, things kind of started falling together a little bit.
Andrea helped a lot.
She did. Andrea was absolutely crucial to this whole operation. Andrea, shout out to you. Thank you so much.
Andrea Dawn, imaging.
And so that was very helpful for me because I had no idea how to get any of this stuff for Shriner all in line. But it sounded so crazy, I think, that it just sounded feasible because it was me. And I had been talking to Andrea, and Andrea was there, and they got home early. They didn't get home at 1, they got home early. And so 9 o'clock or so. So we talked a lot, and Hannah went upstairs, and Andrea and I left, but we ended up talking a little bit about the plan.
And Hope shows up.
Hope showed up at a very crucial time.
And then I came back downstairs, and I saw them talking in the front yard, and I was like,
and Hope
why did they leave? So I came down, and I'm like, hey, like, do you still want to hang out?
Hope was on the scent. She was, and Andrea's trying to throw her off, and then Hope comes to me, and Hope says, is something gonna happen? Are you proposing? And I said, whoa, Hope, hold on a second there. What do you mean proposing? What? And I just kind of acted, and then that kind of like disengaged Hope's pursuit of it. She was like,
and Andrea really helped, because Andrea was like, Hope, it can't happen because I have to leave for Elk City at 5:30 a.m. So like it's not happening, and she wants me there. Hope
was certain that I was gonna inform her that, hey, I'm gonna propose on this day at this time, you know, be there, whatever. So she was a little, you know, oh, he definitely would have told me. And since I didn't lead her on to anything,
and Andrea got her off, it really helped though, because I thought something was up. And then Hope and I were talking that night, and then Hope was like, Hannah, it's not happening. And I was crushed. So it all worked out, because like I was disappointed, like it wasn't gonna happen. And
yeah, she was very disappointed. And then, like she said, we were gonna like get together. She's like, you don't want to spend time with me? She started talking to me, and I said, oh man, like the longer I stay here, the worse it's gonna get. And so I said, you know what, Shriner, look, I'll see you tomorrow for breakfast. You just got back from driving, you know, like.
And I was asking all the questions like, what time are we going to breakfast? Like, am I meeting you there?
Said,
like,
Shriner,
what are we doing? And he's like, just, it's fine. Like,
I'll text you the details. Just be there. Just fall in line. It'll work out. Just don't worry about it. And that kind of helped a little bit, because then I could tell her where to be and when to be, and that really helped in that process. So flash forward in the morning. So I woke up early, and so did she, and
I couldn't sleep. I was mad.
She was having trouble sleeping.
I texted all of my friends, and like, it's gonna happen. And then Hope said it wasn't gonna happen. I texted them like, it's not gonna happen. I'm mad. I'm going to bed.
So it came time in the morning, and I texted her, hey, be here at around 6:15, and I looked it up, and that was about the time when the sun was supposed to be coming up, and I thought that'd be really special. And so she said, okay, I'll be there. So she shows up around 6:10, 6:15. And by that time, Andrea and I had already been out here and laying the land out and seeing what shots she needs. And so she was hiding behind a truck over here. And I was right over here in this spot, just about. And while we were conversing about it, I was telling Andrea, you know, like, she's here, you know, like.
Did you know I was going to come earlier? Because I came earlier than that.
She did. And I was like, Shriner's going to be here 5 minutes early. And then I told her, because she still thought I was in the house, even though I was over here. I told her, you know what? I told her, Hannah, I'm not up yet. I need to get ready. I just woke up or whatever. And
just stay in the car until I come out.
I told her I wasn't ready. And I told her I wasn't ready. Just stay in the car. And eventually, as time went on, 6:15, we gave the sun some time to come up, and then I called her over. I said, Shriner, why don't you come out in the pasture with me and watch the sunrise? And she said, okay. She was kind of upset. Then she walked around the corner, and she was all dressed up. I was dressed up, ready to go. And she came around the corner right as I was putting up my phone to capture some sort of audio to it.
Which we have, but we both kind of decided that's kind of a personal thing. So unless I get like 1,000 subscribers, I think we're just gonna keep it between the two of us.
That's right. Right, share it with your friends. So we ended up walking out this way, and it was perfect because she would be looking kind of my direction, and we'd be kind of looking off over the view back here, and Andrea would be kind of tucked away, hidden behind
Didn't
the
even
truck.
see Andrea at all. She thought I did one time. No, I did not see
Nope.
anything.
And I kept Hannah's attention. I knew that I couldn't hold this forever, so eventually we chatted a little bit, and
It was funny because he's like, "Good morning," I'm like, "Morning," and like, "Don't you see the pasture?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's clean." I
yeah,
was like, okay,
clean of trees that
Ooh,
last
big
summer.
whoop.
Yeah, and so she had absolutely no idea.
clue. Did not even expect it at all. I was thinking maybe like later in the summer, not like 2 weeks after school ends.
Yep. And so eventually I decided, you know what, now's the time, and I pulled the ring out of my pocket, took her hand, and proposed to her right on the spot, got down on one knee, and the pictures really do say it all.
Yeah, I showed it. That's on my proposal video, I think. I asked him the pictures, but Andrea did an excellent job.
Yep, and it was a perfect shot. Andrea and I looked at the lighting and everything, and you know, we just really enjoyed it. The surprise on her face really was priceless.
He did a good job.
I did a good job.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.